What's up, family? It's your boy. I'm back with another video. Just wanted to run, I guess, an idea by you, but also let you know what I got going on. So I decided I was going to try to upgrade my soft wash system. The one that I have now is just a 12 volt. It's been a moneymaker, game changer. It's been well worth the buy. I've been through 2 pumps though, and I mean that's not a lot in the grand scheme of the amount that I'm bringing in, or the potential that I could bring in. Honestly, I think they only went bad because I left them sitting for a week, in between jobs and stuff like that. So I think they just kind of set up and then eventually they go to crap. So I'm not going to say that the pump burned out and, it would just kaput one day. Hey, you charge the battery up, that sucker come on. But I will tell you, in between one of those weeks, I didn't have a job or something like that, it didn't want to turn back on. So I decided after that I was going to try and figure something out. Well, I did my YouTube research like every other body. I'm a graduate of YouTube Academy, but I hadn't been back down, I don't know how many times. And I found that they had what's called the cheap shot. I guess it's been kind of recoined the fresh shot now. So I am, in a sense, or essence, however you want to put it, still in the idea. And basically all it is it's a 1-inch pump. Essentially, it's just the water pump. It is not created for what we're going to use it for, what a lot of people have been using it for, which is pumping bleach around, putting it on roofs, a soft wash system. It's not created for that. So I'm guessing that eventually it will corrode, it will break down, it will stop working. But I'm hoping to get more time out of it than I've gotten out of the 12 volts. So far, I've only been able to get right around, I'm going to say between 8 months and a year on a 12 volt system. Like I said, I've replaced those already. So my idea is that I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this and move it over to this 1-inch pump from Harbor Freights. And hopefully it gives me better flow, better reach, and it gives me more longevity. So that's the goal with this. I don't want to bore you with this intro. I just want to get a bit of an intro coming in for you so you know what I got going on. And you don't be like, what the hell is he creating? What the hell? So, but that's what we got planned, man. Stick around. Hopefully this video helps somebody. I'm doing it a bit different than everybody else has been doing. I only seen one person do it with drop sticks, which that's fine. I'm not trying to recreate the game. I'm trying to do it the way I see fit, essentially. So stick around, stay tuned. All right, we back. So like I said, what we're going to attempt to do is recreate my setup here, which like I said, went to my 12 volt system, but we're doing it bigger, way bigger. Check valves, which is the circular piece in the middle there. Crap, I forget one. But I got these PVC ball valves, which are going to act as my dials, my controls. And I got to create this thing. I got to create the beast. And then we should be good to go. So, like I said, stay tuned. All right, everybody. So, I had to do a mock-up. Make a mess, obviously. In doing so, such. Old setup that I have for my soft wash system, I just created a bigger version of it. So, I still gotta put this piece on. It's gonna be for my show. But this beefy boy, nothing's all glued up and stuff. That's why I got the PVC glue. So, such. I was gonna hit my knees. But anyway, dang it, it's all out of the way. This is what we were trying to recreate. Turn that so y'all can see. Basically, putting everything so that I could continue to use my drop stick system. And this is just one part of it. So what I've done is recreated that into a bigger version. Everything's one. So I'll show you what I did to get where I am now in reverse. Well, let me go ahead and cut these pieces that I need for the in-betweens. I need 2 more. And then go in reverse. This is how I made those, by the way. I kind of did 3 fingers. And I went to that index finger. That's my cut. Slightly shorter than that. So, and then a little extra finagling, but we got that. 1, 2, want that piece up. Actually, got a lot of burrs on the end, so we want to kind of knock that stuff off. Sandpaper. That's why all this stuff is on the floor now. Get it on the inside, get it on the outside. Don't have to be pretty. These pieces more or less disappear. If you can't tell the in-betweens. Here, here. Some of them are a little longer than I would like. Might come down, but probably won't toy with it too much. So, like I said, I would like, yeah, I'm gonna put this piece up. So this is gonna go down, put it in there. And then she's gonna go in here. We'll probably, no, that's good. That's a good length. I don't want it to be too much taller. So yeah, we'll definitely cut this piece down a little bit, but we'll get this one nice and tight if we can. So once again, let's go. Let's go. Let's go 2 fingers. 2 fingers is good. Get 2 fingers, slightly smaller than the other one. Get this out of here. Clean out that. If I had to give you one tip for this, keep your drink up high so you don't get all this crap in it. So all that's put together. I like this fitting. This fitting right here is dang near perfect because they touch it. I worked for the last hour tirelessly. I'm trying to show you an example. It's all falling apart. Yeah, that works. This is what I was working on. So these are gonna be my new metering valves. I'll have to adjust those. Once I get it up there, I can adjust it. This is gonna be my water since I got the 90-degree on it because this is gonna drop off to go down to my hose reel. So it's gonna be more like that or somewhere in this general area and drop off and go to my hose reel. It's gonna be my soap, obviously. It's a lot smaller. I'm lucky I had the extra pieces here. I got a whole crate full of extra PVC pieces. And then this is gonna be my bleach. But yeah, this is what I was building. It's huge. For what it's worth, nobody else's is really gonna look like this if you watch any other videos. Just showing you that you can build your own, and that's what I did here. Open, 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 closed. So everything else though can be found at Lowe's, and I'm gonna show you now because I'm gonna glue it up. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm gonna glue it up, and I'm going to get this nice and locked down. So, and take a sip. I cannot find my Blue Devil stuff to put on for the threads, so I'm gonna just go ahead, roll it off with some Blue Devil tape, pipe stuff, and we're gonna call it a day. complete. Then we do this a couple more times. Final product. After gluing it up, taping it up, that's what we got. Like I said, this is gonna be my water side. I'll adjust this where I need it to, this bar. But these are just straight on. Should have plenty of clearance when I go to cut these off, which is what I want. Plenty of clearance there. I can get a finger in the coat. That's my cheat code. That's how you move fast. When I move fast. Love this one guy. Get that little sucker off of there. Don't throw it away. It's been a long day, man. I had to run all the way up to Fleet, get some things fixed on our truck. We just got back not too long ago. We've been gone from the station since 8:45. Cut off more than we need. Sounds like a nice car over there. What we done just now. Saw me doing it, but just wanted to cinch that hose down. I got that 3-way splitter that allows me to run both my pressure washers and that soft wash system. The hose to the right is the new hose I just put on. Hopefully it's tight enough. If not, then we'll get a fresh I forget what the heck those things called. Get a fresh one on there, and we'll tighten it up, and she should be good. But right now, that's on there. This needs to get plumbed up to the top. So let's do that piece. You gotta get. Can't do it like that. Gotta do it like that. That sucker want to bend up right here. What's up, y'all? I'm back. I got hit for some overtime today. Luckily, I ain't had no jobs lined up. And tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so you know the lady mad, but we gotta get that money. We gotta get that money. Do this. King of the toilets. Got a little extra hose. I know you can't see it. Maybe if I move this down. Oh man, it's like freedom now. Nice because this ain't got to go traveling too far. So here's the A.D.W, in case it isn't clear. Tank, water's already plumbed up down at the bottom. Comes up, you know, obviously via suction to here, down and through, Gets mixed down in this portion. Actually, let's get that thing primed. Like I said, I didn't stop and I did stop and get some oil and gas. You put oil until you start to see it on the threads. This set here. Usually that means it's full. Because it's super duper. It's gonna look like threads. Look at the cool. You see it leaking up? I did all that just to try and avoid spilling the oil everywhere. I think this is probably gonna be a good spot for it. That'll allow I'll probably put a 90 degree here. That way it comes off and around. So we probably take this sucker off here real quick. So that's what we got right there. Basically just put a little 90 degree to come off and feeding it back into that piping. And now we can plumb that sucker up. So takes care of that. This line's bendy. I wonder how I can mitigate that because that's gonna be an issue. Like, look, this collapses too easily. It's mostly collapsing right here where this bar ends at. It's gonna be alright. It ain't too bad. As long as this way it's supposed to be, probably ain't obviously gonna have as much weight due to the length of it. And it's probably gonna stick up about so when I'm done. So what we're gonna do is go way back to time. I got a thing of PVC here. I'm gonna cut through in a minute, but for now I just want to see. This gets me to the bottom, so I'll probably cut this portion off. This is all eyeball, ain't nothing to scale, man. Just getting her dead. cut that portion off. I'm just using this for length, but if I wanted to reach to the bottom with a beveled or tapered edge down here, that way I can get all of my bleach out. I also want a portion of this hose to go inside of the tank, so definitely gonna have to shorten this on. Or if we cut it right here where I just made this line, I think we'd be good on this one, but I'm just using this as a measurement. Then we can measure the other one. So let's do that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go cut this. I'll be right back. All right, here's the dealio. I got it all plumbed up, shooting water currently. I don't know how far it's going. It looked just about average or on par with my 12 volt, maybe a little bit more. But I got this settings right now, and this sucker is screaming, man. It is screaming, and I'm pretty sure it ain't recommended somewhere in that book for this thing to be screaming the way that it is. So I'm gonna show y'all what I got, how far it's going, and you tell me what you think. I want to say it's getting right around 30 footish, but that's with the old garden hose setup that I have from what's it called, from my 12 volt. I haven't put the gun on just yet, so I'm gonna put the gun on. Hopefully I have all the pieces, because that's been my problem with the whole thing in the first place. I tried looking to see if I have any air leaks or anything. So far, it don't look like I have very many. I know it's one right at the bump where I kind of did like a reduction from the 1 inch back down to that 3/4 inch hose. But that's the only one I can see next to my hose reel, which I knew about. And like I said, I'm gonna get another one here in a couple weeks. So it's shooting pretty good. Just kind of got it sitting here. You can see it shooting pretty far. I'm not touching it. It's getting out. I want to say that's better than my 12 volt. I don't have it here to test it, so I'm not going to be able to tell you per se. Zoom out for a second. Like, I'm not getting wet right here. Man, that's a pretty fair distance, because it's shooting about 3 blocks. It's just short of this. See, sometimes it's way out here. Sometimes it backs up. I could definitely say that if I put that gun on it, I have it, I'll probably get more consistency. Every time the wind blows, though, it starts pushing back, and now it's way back out here. And that thing is drinking too, because my tank ain't been past a half a tank yet. You can see the water line. So it's definitely putting out some volume. And that's without, look at that, that's without my pressure washers being on. Alright, y'all, I'd have had my fill of this today. I got it set up. I got 2 leaks I need to work on, but I'm not doing it today. But for the most part, we have flow. I need to get a hose for this portion up here. That's gonna kink too easily, and that's not obviously not gonna help. I already got to worry about this one. Because of how I move it, since it's a drop stick. But keeping that soap line off, all of this seems to be working pretty fairly. I will say we get a pretty severe bubble here. That's with both lines open. With them closed, obviously it should pull less bleach and things like that. But so what else did I do? One of my leaks is coming directly from here. That's not what that was meant to do, but that's what I set it up for. And my other leak is coming from there. Pretty severe. Yeah, pretty severe if you can't tell. So like I said, new hose reels coming soon. But I'm gonna turn this up, let you see what we got as far as like flow and distance and blah blah blah. Let me put it right. So we're gonna go from this line, which I'll stand right at it, and we're gonna shoot out. If you can't see already, we're going right about that second. That's the second and then third line there. As far as I can tell, it's pretty good flow. I've never used this system before. I've never had a gas powered system. So what we're gonna do is get a measuring tape. I don't know what the GPMs is. I don't know none of that. I just know how far we can shoot. And I mean, I've been shooting to the top of this soffit area up here pretty easily. Get a good little bit of slap. I'll show you in a second. And then right now, let's just show you. Oh, also, I got my red gun set up. It has a swivel on it, like came with it. I don't know if I tightened down the hose bar too tight, but it doesn't really swivel like it's supposed to. But I'm gonna go ahead and get a secondary swivel. That way I can do what I gotta do. And since it's what I got for Flexzilla hose, I'm gonna have to use what I got and go from there. I'm gonna pause this a second. Anyway, besides me trying to set this thing up, this is a 25-foot tape measure. Here, let me show you. I'm struggling to put the damn thing up. 25 feet, 300 inches. Can't make it up. So, if we're shooting over that, we know it's legit. So pretty good. I was able to shoot over that roof, shoot up in the air, I don't know, 40 feet. I just measured the distance that I didn't, the tape measure wouldn't go. So from right about here to this first line up here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me adjust with the finger. Anyway, you see how there's more up there? Not that line, this line down here. That's an extra 13 feet. So 25 and 13 is 38. So I'm reaching just about 40 feet. I'm gonna do the time on my watch. So, and we're gonna leave it down here on this low idle to see what we get. Start. 5 seconds. I feel like every time I do something like this that requires a stream of water, I have to go pee. I don't like that. That means I'm getting old. 28, 29, and 30 seconds now. And this bucket's only about a quarter full. So obviously that flow test, or whatever flow test they did, throttle was wide open. 45 seconds now. And we about halfway full. So we can call this a half a bucket. That's probably 2.5 gallons, maybe 3 gallons. 56. Stop. So that's a minute and 3 seconds, so you don't know I'm flogging. You know what I'm saying? That's a half full bucket. Let's turn the throttle up. Hey, I'm just curious if anybody else who might watch this video, how much you can do. And that was fully open, by the way. Trigger fully open. Probably gonna splash me, but let's go. That's a half a bucket. That's 30 seconds now. Seconds. Stop. 102. That's basically a 5-gallon bucket. So we got a minute. They gave us about 5 gallons with the throttle on high, and then throttle down as low as possible. Right now, I'm gonna call it idle. We did 2.5 gallons in a minute. So we know we're getting right around 5 gallons a minute essentially. I don't know what that might be attested to because everything up into the hose reel, like I said before, is one. The only other thing I want to do is see how long it takes for that pump to get hot without me running no water through it. I'm gonna turn it back up on high, run it. I want to see until I can't put my hand on it, or until I at least really get warm. I want to see how long that takes. So I'm gonna time that. All of the videos that I've seen have been saying you shouldn't be over the trigger no more than 10 minutes. I want to see when it gets hot. So let's do that. I'm gonna start the timer. We're gonna let this roll. You can see I'm not gonna touch it no more, and we're gonna see what we got. And start. Then 2 minutes. It's actually pretty warm. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna let it go for another 30 seconds. Fill it again. Time. That's hot. That's 3 minutes. yeah. Pumps down there. That sucker was hot. I couldn't hold my hands for greater than 10 seconds. Now it's cool. I can put my hand on it again. But that bad boy was definitely hot. So I would say no greater than